It's the Boomerang controller all over again. Maybe not that bad. Nintendo Switch stock shortages are about to get worse, and the Japanese Games Rating Board has shut down for at least a month. Expect tons of game delays. Hi, I'm Brad Pitt, and if you want to win this Nintendo Switch Lite, stick around at the end of the video to find out how. We gotta look at the PlayStation 5 controller today, and boy, is it interesting. I gotta pull it up on my phone right here just so I can get a look at it while I'm talking about it. It's called the DualSense, and it's not called the DualShock anymore. We've been calling it the DualShock since PlayStation 1, I believe. We had the DualShock 2, DualShock 3, DualShock 4, and then they said, you know what, PlayStation 5, we're gonna mix it up, baby. And mix it up they did. Pretty much every single DualShock controller that we've ever had is the exact same shape, basically, with like tweaks to the grip and, you know, some slight little tweaks here and there to make it feel more comfortable, or this button feels better, or add a new little button here, a speaker here, a little glow bar thing here. All kinds of little tweaks, but basically the same overall design. When the PS3 was debuted, the controller they had with it was the most outrageous, ridiculous thing the world has ever seen. Everyone roasted it into oblivion, and this is before like memes and everything were prevalent. So it was just a pure roast of the controller in traditional roasting sense. And they said, ooh, guys, get back to the drawing board here. What do we do? PS2 controller, just upgrade it. Great, done. Is what happened. They said, whoa, innovation did not work this time. But the PlayStation 5, they said, let's try it again. And boy, they are getting roasted into oblivion once again. The memes are running wild. I saw so many hilarious memes about the PlayStation 5 controller. For the most part, it seems like people do not like it. I got a lot to say about it, which we'll get into, but I'll just say right now, I don't care for it. And I don't care for most PlayStation controllers. Ooh, sorry. Ooh, let me wait for the gasps and the cries and the boos and the jeers. Yeah, I don't really care for the. I don't like that analog placement. It is not natural. It doesn't feel good. When your hand is at rest, your thumb is right here. When you have your hand at rest on a Switch Pro controller or an Xbox controller or a GameCube, any controller made by anyone but Sony, your thumb is resting on the analog stick, the one that you use to fucking move in the game, all right? You use the left and the right to move. You don't use the fucking D-pad, but Sony for some reason prioritizes the D-pad right there, and you have to use muscle to get over to the analog stick. There is muscle activity going on right now. If I want my hand at rest, it's gonna slide back to the D-pad, so I need to be working out the whole fucking time I'm playing PlayStation. I don't know why they didn't take this time to go, you know what? You guys are right, the rest of the world's right, Nintendo, you're right, Xbox, you're right, every single fucking game person besides Sony, Sega, that got it right with the Dreamcast, the analog stick needs to go over here, because that's where your thumb naturally rests. But they said, you know what, fuck that. We're just gonna copy the outline of the Xbox controller, the silhouette, and we're gonna still put our analog stick in the same fucking place, and the D-pad's gonna be right here. Even though it's just used for like inventory type of stuff like that. It's not used for movement, unless you're playing like a side scroller or something like that. Then you can use it for movement. But I don't know, I just don't like that. But let's get into the nitty gritty, the new stuff going on with this controller, this silly little thing. It's got a color scheme to it actually. It's got white with blue lighting. I'm sure you could change that light. And then it's got black trim around it. The buttons are black. Usually when Sony comes out with a controller, it's pretty much solid, like blackish gray, like a really dark gray black color, solid color. But they said this time we're going for two-tone. I don't know why. I like the solid color controller. I personally don't like the two-tone myself. I think solid black looks official and nice and clean. And the worst part about the color scheme of this is the buttons don't have colors. You know, you got your triangle green, you got your, I think blue is square, and you got the green X and the red circle. It's just classic. We've had it forever. Why take that away? They got the plain gray trim on the triangle, square, X, and circle, and not the colors. We like the colors, Sony. I don't know why you would take that away. You've even utilized that in designs in the past where you just have like the circle, square, X, and triangle just floating across stuff, and they all have their colors that they've had for years and years, literally decades, but you took it out. Anyways, design-wise, that's my opinions on that. But they've got some new tech in the controller. They've got haptic feedback now. Powerful sensation where they explained how you could feel the slight grittiness of a driving car. And I'm like, okay, so HD rumble. Great, all right, fantastic. That's literally just HD rumble, which is great. Sony goes, you know what, Nintendo, you did great. I'm sure they would have done this on their own without Nintendo. I'm not saying they copied Nintendo, but Nintendo did do it first. It's called HD Rumble. Get with the program. But anyways, we got adapted triggers, which sounded interesting. They said you could feel like the torque of a bow and stuff like that, which I'm imagining is going to be, I guess the closest thing we've had to it is the GameCube controller. The triggers on that had like a lot of pull to them, and it had a little click in when you went all the way in. I imagine it's going to be similar to that feel, but maybe not. Maybe it's going to have a little bit of rumble to it, a lot more tech involved in the GameCube. I feel like the GameCube just had a fucking spring inside of it controlling it. So the adaptive triggers sound very interesting. I'm excited for that. They said the battery lasts a lot longer, so obviously that's good. You gotta have a good battery in your controller. The Switch Pro controller lasts for a really long time. I can leave that thing off for fucking weeks and it's still good to go. They wrote a whole fucking paragraph about the share button on here. They're like, guys, we just moved the share button. I know you're worried that it's gone because you didn't see it there, but trust me, it's still there. They wrote a whole fucking paragraph about how cool the share button. Does anyone like the share button? I know myself, I just pressed it on accident and I'm just like, God, I just took a fucking screenshot. I was not trying to do that. Can we get on with the game? I'm trying to get on. Why is there a share button? Same with the Switch. I don't like the share button. I take pictures on accident all the time. I don't think anyone cares, Sony. So I don't know why I had to write a whole paragraph about that. But this was funny. They had a built-in microphone. They said you could chat with people without a headset. But they went on in the paragraph to say like, well, if you're going to chat for a while, you probably should get a headset. Literally like, now we have a new microphone built in where you can chat with people online without a headset. And like 2 sentences later, like, but if you're going to chat for a while, it's best to have a headset. And I was like, why even mention it then? You're like, this mic is not that good, but I mean, you could use it. That's like literally what they said. I'm like, what the fuck anyways? But the funniest thing of all that I was tickled about, I was elated, was that they said they had countless designers and engineers working on this for years to get it just right. And I'm like, it's literally just an Xbox silhouette. Would you put Sony button placement on it? Like, was it really that hard? You're like, well, this doesn't feel as good as the Xbox. Let's just make it the Xbox, but keep our layout. Like, that was just hilarious to me. But I think that they are going to get so fucking roasted, as they are right now. They are getting roasted into oblivion. Like I said, I think they're going to get so roasted like they did with the PlayStation 3 controller, the original Boomerang controller, that they're probably going to give us a DualShock 5, at least as another option. Maybe not to replace this. Maybe they're like, we put too much time and effort into this. You guys are getting this whether you like it or not. We'll give you a DualShock 5 as an option. We'll see. I'm sure people are going to be, you know, very vocal about Sony. We want this classic design to the PlayStation, which I don't care about, right? Like, I play PlayStation just to play like the first party games, the exclusive games like God of War and Persona 5 and stuff like that, which I don't really care about the analog placement too much. But if I'm playing like a first person shooter or something that's like super, I need to be like skill based in there. I hate that analog placement, and I'm not going to play PlayStation for those games, mainly for that reason, honestly. But hey, like I said, maybe we'll get a classic style PlayStation 5 controller, or maybe they'll just be stubborn and go, this is what you're getting? Sorry, better deal with it, baby. We'll see. And oh my God, you thought the Nintendo Switch stock shortages were bad. Right now it is so hard to get your hands on the Switch. I had notifications on Best Buy, email notifications to tell me when they had this in stock, and the second I got that email, I went in there and got this. Switch lights are selling for over $300 on eBay right now. The MSRP is $200, as you know. Regular Switches are selling from $400 to $500. Like, they are going well over $500 in some cases, especially Animal Crossing limited edition Switches are going well over $500. It's pretty outrageous out there. I don't know why people are trying to buy Switches right now. Obviously, we're stuck inside and everything like that. But like, that's what made you get a Switch, is like, well, it's the end of the world, I better get a Switch. Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, Japan shut down with their, they declared a state of emergency with, you know, the coronavirus going around. It's a hell on earth. Everywhere's getting shut down. Nashville's shut down right now. I'm in Nashville. But we're about to be to the peak of all this, I believe. And then maybe we'll get a little thing and maybe another wave. Who knows? We'll see. Anyways, Japan is on emergency lockdown for a month, starting April 8th, which was today in Japan, I believe. Is today in Japan. And everything's closed. All the businesses are closed. And that means that all shipments of the Nintendo Switch console that were ordered by retailers and stuff like that are not getting shipped. No retailers are getting their orders fulfilled unless units were reserved. If you reserved a Nintendo Switch at some point in the last week, they will be shipping those out because I guess legalities or something involved with that. So, you know, Best Buy, Target, wherever, if you pre-ordered a Switch, or if you ordered a Switch and it was like on back order or something like that, they're going to ship those out. But no new orders are going to be fulfilled for at least a month is what it seems. And I'm sure this will probably affect, you know, the scalping prices and everything like that on eBay. So expect the prices to go much higher than $500 within a couple weeks here. Switch Lites may be going for like $400 to $500 of them damn selves, and a dockable Switch, the original Switch model, will be going for who knows how much, maybe $600, $700. So if you're trying to get a Switch, I don't know what to tell you. It's a rough spot out there. Maybe you can get lucky on Craigslist and find a used one where someone, you know, they're not paying attention to the market and stuff like that, and they just want some quick cash because it's hard times. I don't know, but good luck out there to everyone that wanted a Switch. It's about to get real rough. And what's even worse than that was affected by the Japan shutdown is CERO, C-E-R-O, was shut down. You're like, what the Sam hell in the heck ass shit is CERO, Shane? It is the Japanese Games Rating Board, like the ESRB here in America. When companies make a game in Japan or want to publish it in Japan, they have to go through CERO, so they have to, you know, get through the game, make sure it's whatever rating they give it. Like, oh, this is E for everyone, and like, oh, well, we missed the dick. Just kidding, it's mature. That they rate the games, all right? That's what you need to know. But anyways, like I said, there's an emergency shutdown. Everything shut down. This includes CERO. So it's going to be closed for at least a month. The lockdown ends on May 6th, I believe, but it could be extended as things have been extended in America like this. We've been having like shutdowns and everything. Like, well, actually, it's going to be a little longer. Originally, we were like trying to be good by mid-April, which everyone was like, wait, what do you mean mid-April? Are you kidding me? That's not possible. Like, just kidding. August. So that may be the deal with Japanese businesses, right? They may be closed down until, who knows, maybe sometime in summer, maybe even after summer. But at the very least, it is a month, and this is going to affect games getting worked on right now in Japan because, for one, companies can't get their games cleared through CERO, so they can't publish the game, they can't put it out, they can't make money. On top of that, they're all working from home, or they have to try to work from home. I don't know how that works with developing a game, because I feel like you need to be in the studio working together, and you have like really high-end equipment that you're not gonna have at your house. Like, they have these gigantic fucking beasts of machines working on video games these days, and they're just gonna be like, hey, unplug the computer and bring it to your house, Timmy, and make the new Persona, all right? Just do it. Not gonna happen. So not only are games gonna get delayed being rated, they're also gonna get delayed being developed. So summer is gonna be an absolutely incredibly terrible time for gaming. We're gonna have to, if you got I got a huge backlog. So I will be good, but if you don't, if you're looking forward to new games, you play all the new games right when they come out and you beat them, it's gonna be one hell of a drought, my friend. We were upset that, like, we were like talking about at the beginning of the year, like, man, Nintendo's not giving us anything in like February. We're like, it's already February, Nintendo, where are you at? Well, boy, we didn't have any idea the drought that was coming our way. Because I feel like Nintendo's not gonna have anything for this year. With how this is stacking up, piling on top of each other, just boom, boom. But like, you know, like I said, we'll see. And I was reading this on, I think Nintendo Life is where I was reading this, and they made a good point about some studios may even go out of business because this is like their first game. They put all their stock into it, and they were waiting on, you know, the cash flow to come in for the game when they release it around summertime, and they may have to go struggling for a few months, like without that cash flow coming in, and that might be enough to shut them down. They were depending on this one game to keep them afloat and be successful and be like, you know, kickstart their little game developing career or whatever. Like, big companies obviously not going to be affected by this. They have tons of stuff they could reissue, like, oh, you wanted the old Mario games? Here you go. There you go. Here's some instant money, because they're already rated and everything, and they don't need to be developed. They just need to put it out there. Very easy to do. But for some small developers, this could literally mean that they are donezo, which is terrible to see. All of this is just terrible. How the Japan lockdown literally just is pretty much about to just shut down the best side of gaming we have, which I think all the best games come from Japan. I know you're like, Shane, that is such a weeb thing to say. What about God of War, all this stuff? Me personally, I like RPGs. I like stuff like that. Stuff that comes from Japan is the shit I like. I like weird little anime fucking games. I don't know what you want me to say. You want me to lie? I'll lie to you. I play other games. I play all kinds of games. I play Call of Duty. I play everything. I'm just saying my favorite games. So, you know, we got Nintendo, we got PlayStation, all this stuff is from Japan. I mean, what do you want me to say here? So the best aspect of gaming to me personally is gonna be hit pretty hard here soon. So it's sad to see, but God damn it, hope everyone can make it through this all right in the gaming world. And you know, I'm thinking about you guys. Brad Pitt here again. My good friend Shane's, he wanted me to come on the show, and I said, all right, if you want to win this Nintendo Switch Lite, all you gotta do is like the video, leave a comment, be subscribed, And Shane said he's going to be picking a winner at the end of the month. He's going to pick a random video and a random comment from the random video. So make sure to comment on all the videos uploaded in April for more chances to win this right here. So be on the lookout for that. And the winner will be announced at the end of the month, April 30th. So stay tuned for that, guys. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Brad. But if you want to look like this badass on screen right here, hit up our merch store, fugamecrue.bigcartel.com. We got shirts, stickers, mugs, all that fun stuff. Good quality, fast shipping, good pricing. We also have a Patreon, patreon.com/fugamecrue for as low as $1 a month. You can help out the channel a lot. All our current patrons are amazing. We love you so much. We really do. Everyone on the sports channel in every way, we love you as well. We also have a join button down below. You can consider supporting the channel that way. When we do live streams on Fridays, you get emotes and badges and stuff like that. It's a cool way to support the channel, and you get to show your support physically on the channel. So that's great. Links to all that in the description below. My personal channel is down there as well. Cameron's personal channel is also down there. I stream every day on twitch.tv/fugamecrue, so go check that out. We're also on BitChute and Blair. Go Google us for those respective platforms, and I'll see you later.
So I want to say thank you to your loyalty. Thank you for your support.
Brad.